Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here coming at you from the Knife Center. And today, we're taking a look at the best new knives that have hit our shelves in the last month, or at least my favorites. Let's check them out. So this first one honestly should have been on the list last month, but for some reason, when I was putting that list together, I had a bit of a brain fart because this knife absolutely deserves a place of recognition. This is a great new outdoors knife, the Kershaw Camp 5. Now the big reasons that I like this knife are the versatility and the affordability. It's got a great blade shape for just about any outdoorsy situation out there, and it's just 60 bucks. You get almost 5 inches of D2 steel. That's going to give you a good amount of edge retention for your money and a decent amount of toughness too. And you've got a stonewash finish as well, so you're not afraid to beat up on it. And it's certainly thick enough to stand up to some things like a little pounding or some light wood splitting if necessary. We've got a full flat grind with a nice deep swedge, and what that does is it creates a diamond-shaped cross section to the blade. It makes it really efficient when you're slicing through meat or any softer material. When you take that, combined with enough belly out here near the tip, it should allow this blade to be a good hunting knife. And honestly, it kind of reminds me of the old classic Green River Hunter as well, which is certainly a time-proven design, and this is just scaled up and modernized a little bit. As for other camp tasks, there's enough of an offset to the angle of the GFN handles that some food prep on a cutting board should be pretty doable as well. And you've got enough blade length that you're going to be able to easily tackle things like potatoes, onions, and steaks quite easily. And of course, for all the other campcraft and bushcrafty stuff you're going to need to do, carving wood, preparing kindling for a fire, making tent stakes are going to be no problem for this blade. Now, I usually like a little bit more of a finger guard on a blade just for a little bit more safety, but the heel of the blade here is rounded over to avoid a sharp edge on your finger, which is just one of those really nicely considered details. The sheath too is really well designed. It clicks into place, you've got a retention strap here, and some versatility with the holes and the slots in the side that you can attach it a number of different ways. All in all, the Kershaw Camp 5 is a great option for a camp knife or survival knife on a budget, and it's honestly on my short list for one of the best new outdoor fixed blades of 2020. Now this next knife actually would make a pretty good outdoors companion to that Kershaw Camp 5, very complimentary in fact. The Victorinox Farmer Swiss Army knife has long been a favorite for campers, hikers, and bushcrafters. It's a very popular model, which in addition to the blade comes with 2 tools well suited to being out in the wild. First, you've got a nice sharp awl that can be used as a scraper, as well as one of the best multi-tool wood saws in the business. It really does set a high bar for this type of tool. Now the version of the Farmer I have here is new and improved by adding an additional tool. This is the Farmer X, and it now comes with a pair of their spring-loaded scissors. It's going to be great for the more detailed or intricate cuts than you might want to be able to tackle with that main blade. Now the A-LOX handles on this knife are a big part of why outdoors people love the Farmer. They're sturdier than the classic red Celador or plasticky handles. That aluminum construction means that you get that much more rigidity. The price on this also comes in about 60 bucks. Now, ever since we saw the mid-size Indela from Spyderco split the difference between the smaller Delica and the larger Endura, I've been looking forward to new versions beyond just the base models. I think the size of this knife is just right, so I can't wait till we have just as many options on this as we do on those other models. But here we have the Indela with an officially licensed Emerson Wave pocket deployer ringing up at 96 bucks right now. Now, for those of you not familiar with the Emerson Wave, this hook on the spine is essentially a pocket deployer that's designed to catch the hem of your pocket when you angle it just right while you come out of your pocket, and then it's going to rotate the blade open as you draw. Not only does this make it faster to bring your blade to bear, but it's also more convenient too. But you can still deploy with the ambidextrous hole cutout if you prefer. The handles are still at great FRN. It's got their bi-directional texturing radiating out from the center, offers you retention in both fore and rear directions. But they've got sort of a gray color with just a hint of blue rather than black. It's a subtle but appreciated difference if you've gotten a little bit tired of all the black-handled knives out there. But otherwise, the specs are pretty much the same as the standard Indela. We've got VG10 steel, although we've got a stout flat saber grind rather than a full flat. We also get their mid-mounted backlock with the David Boyd dent, which is designed to prevent accidental disclosure when you really have the knife in a heavy grip. And we've got that 4-position pocket clip as well. With so many options and all the ambidextrous features, the Indela is the right size and is designed to fit just about anyone. All right, next up, we've actually got another Spyderco, and this is the aforementioned Endura, as well as the Delica version as well. Now, this has the same features as the Indela essentially, minus the wave opener, of course, but the reason that this knife makes the list is this insane new handle option. This is a new version of their Zome handles, where the FRN, they've taken and individually hand-dyed each one so that it looks a little bit different, and the dye completely permeates the material too, so it's not gonna wear off, and it makes each one special and unlike the one the next guy is gonna have. Now, the new version of this Zome handle on this one goes a step further with glow-in-the-dark base FRN, rather than the brown or green base coats of previous versions. Even without the glow pattern, they do look really cool, kind of this camo pattern going on, but when you throw in the glow, I think they're just fantastic. And starting around $100, they're gonna be just as collectible as they are carryable. All right, let's switch to the beefiest folder of the month, which is the new SR1 Lite from Cold Steel. And it's not just beefy, but it's actually budget-friendly too, at just under $60. These are the most affordable versions of the standard SR1, which does come with G10 handles and S35 VN steel. These light versions get the price down with textured Grivex handles and 8CR steel. Now, obviously, it's not going to hold an edge as long, but you've still got plenty of toughness. Nearly 4 inches of steel, a full 3/16 of an inch thick. It's ready to take on the world without taking all of your paycheck in the process. You've got Tanto or clip point profiles which can be had, which kind of serve two distinct uses. You can pierce better with the more acute tip of the clip point, or offer some more chiseling utility with the Tanto and more strength to boot. That's not to say that the clip point is fragile. I mean, come on, it's 3/16 of an inch thick after all. Now, the blades are backed up by Cold Steel's Triad lock, their incredibly strong locking mechanism that we're glad they don't really restrict to just their higher end offerings. The SR1 Lite definitely offers hard to beat strength for so affordable of a knife. All right, the opposite end now will go from the bruiser to the boardroom with the new Civivi X-Arc, a slim folder closely related to the Chronic flipper from earlier this year, and it comes in just under $50. This knife follows that familiar Civivi playbook that we've all kind of come to expect at this point. You've got D2 blade steel, ball bearing pivots, and a liner lock flanked by G10 handle scales. It's a formula that really works for them. Now, the major area where this knife differs from the Chronic is that this lacks a conventional flipper tab and uses a front flipper mechanism instead. And honestly, I think it's tuned just about perfectly. Even for me, I'm sometimes clumsy at front flippers, works very well with this knife. Now, this knife also features a hollow ground drop point blade instead of a clip point from the Chronic, and it looks great to my eye. The handle itself is exactly the same shape. It's slim and octagonal in cross section, and the blade disappears almost completely within it. Makes this a very pocket-friendly design, especially since it's got a smooth deep carry pocket clip as well. Now, I've got the black one here, but there are a few different color options for your G10, or you can upgrade to one that's got a carbon fiber overlay on the top layer, and that version even comes with a stainless Damascus blade, which makes it even better as a gentleman's knife, and it's still a decent price at just over $80. Now, another new easy carrying champ is the new black and white Benchmade Mini Bug Out. And for those of you wanting a sub 3-inch bladed version of the Bug Out, this is it. Something that fans have really been asking for ever since the original debuted. In addition to the shorter blade, the handle is of course a bit shorter as well. And they've even gone so far as to make sure that it's small enough to fit inside an Altoids tin, which is a popular container for making small DIY pocket survival kits. And thanks to it being pretty flat when it's closed up, especially if you remove that pocket clip, which is a mini deep carry pocket clip by the way, it really does make this a viable option for an emergency backup blade for that type of roll. It really takes up just about no space at all. Even so, you can still get a pretty good amount of grip for control over this blade. I've got about a 3.5 finger grip myself, and you're able to actually bring your index finger up very close to the heel of the blade, so you really aren't having to kind of stretch, and you've got a good amount of control there as well. As you would expect, this mini bug out is even lighter weight than the original. This is only a 1.5 ounce heavy knife, but the materials are otherwise the same. The Grivery handles here are white, and they've got this great stark contrast with all the black elements. The lock bar, the barrel spacers, that pocket clip, and of course that DLC coated S30 Phi blade. The blade is just as thin as the original, and it's got a high flat grind as well, and this is going to be a very efficient slicer as a result. It's going to be ready for any light to medium duty cutting needs in your day-to-day use. This last one is another knife that's been highly anticipated ever since it debuted at SHOT Show earlier this year, the limited edition legacy collection of the Buck 110 Slim, which comes with several upgrades over even the 110 Slim Pro. This comes with a price tag of $165, and the most obvious difference that you can see quite readily is the use of carbon fiber for the handles. It makes this a great formal knife for the modern gentleman. The second thing you'll notice is a distinctive pocket clip. Now it skips the deep carry clip you get with the base models and uses a design which has a couple of posts to elevate the clip from the handle. That really goes a long way to elevating the presence of this knife, I think, because it's something you usually more commonly see in the custom knife world rather than production knives. We've got another big substantive difference on this knife, and that comes down to the blade as well. It features upgraded steel over the 420HC and S30V from other versions of this knife, and we get S35VN steel. Each one of them is serialized on the back as well, and you can see them right here that they're numbered out of 500 pieces made. With all of these upgrades, it really does feel like the natural extension of the slim updates that came to the 110 Folding Hunter, that more closely reflect the way most people carry and use their knives in the 21st century. You've got that pocket clip, of course, and the slimmer build actually makes it pocketable. No need for a belt sheath with this knife. You've also got the dual thumb studs, which of course makes it more convenient to carry and actually use, and it even has an adjustable pivot, unlike the pin construction of the other versions of these knives. This is without a doubt the ultimate version of the 110 Slim, so you're going to want to grab it before the limited run is gone. So that's all I've got to show you right now. These were definitely my favorite knives from the last month. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments. In the meantime, if you want to get your hands on any of them, we will leave links in the description that'll take you over to KnifeCenter.com. Make sure you signed up for our Knife Rewards program while you're there, because if you're going to buy one of these cool knives, you might as well earn some free money to spend on your next one. I'm David C. Anderson from the Knife Center. I hope you're all staying safe, sane, and sanitary out there. See you next time.